I major in translation, and translation is mainly divided into two aspects, which is translating and interpreting. So translating which is mean like you translate when you write, and interpreting is like you translate when you speak. So this program really demands proficiency of the two languages, which is Chinese and English. We don't do other language of other translation of other language. And this is the best job for nerds because every day you're gonna face different topics and aspects, and you can have different like experience with different translation job. So this is really exciting for like people who like language, but also you are like up for some new things. And I also minor in Spanish. So learning a new language is a really great way to boost your competitiveness in like your career. And also is totally worth it for me because it only takes 6 courses to minor a language. But like if you're really into cultures or histories, and I really recommend you to take it as a major. So, and also some university in exchange programs have language requirements. Like if you want to go to France, you have to learn French, right? So it's also important for you to learn the language before you apply for those exchange programs. Yeah.
Talk about my first major, it is the English Studies. English Studies is one of the 2 streams from the School of English. The other one is Language and Conversion, which is mentioned by Hilary already. So English Studies focuses on English literature and English linguistics. For English literature, we will study literatures written in English and also creative writing. And for English linguistics, we will study English linguistics and language and communications. So basically, you can study all English courses by majoring English studies, including language and conversion courses. So for if you are very interested in English, you love English very much, studying English studies is very suitable for you, and you can have the way to explore more and more about English. And also English studies is actually very useful in many aspects. So we can learn many useful skills and theories that are transferable for a wide variety of careers. And then for global creative industry, this may be some new to many students. It's a major offered by the School of Modern Languages and Cultures. Is talk about the complex relationship between culture and commerce. You can recognize it as the business in arts. So we will analyze the in-between cultural, economic, social, and political forces of the creativity and the culturalization of commerce in an industrial level. So we will learn many theories about culture, creativity, and creative arts in the economy. So we expect students to can be some managers in the creative arts role industry. So if you really love culture and you want to work in a culture or business industry, so GCIMM may be a good choice for you.
So let's talk about some like the flexibility in choosing your majors and minors. So as you can see, we have various majors and minors, and this is because our program really gives us the chance to like choose different majors and minors. And for example, we even choose some like journalism is like a cross faculty major or minor, and there's actually very few requirements for choosing a different major or minor. Like we don't have quota for it, and we don't have GPA requirements, and you are very free to explore your interests, especially in your first year, because you have a lot of chance to like get in touch with different courses, and it's the chance for you to like find out what you like and really try to pursue your the path that you really wanted to take.
Okay, so up to this point, does any of you have any question regarding majors or minor choices, or like anything related to arts faculty? You can type your questions in the chat box. Okay, you can try to think if you have any question, and we will still have a Q&A session at the end of the sharing. So maybe now we could talk a bit more interesting things, which are like about our real life. So I think that you have all heard about 5 things that you have to do in the university, which include studying, dating, living in a hall, and becoming an executive committee member of a club, and also having a part-time job. And the 3 of us would like to share some of the things that we have done and achieved in our university life. And you can try to have a taste of how university is like. Okay, so maybe I would first talk about my main focus of my university life, which is becoming the external vice president of a service-based club called the Rotary Club. And actually, in my experience, I have like learned a lot. Of course, I've learned how to organize events and like take part in leadership roles. And like, for example, you can see from the first picture, it is the orientation camp organized by my club. And yeah, it is quite touching, and there are lots of freshmen who enjoy themselves a lot. And I think that if you want to have a taste of, like in secondary school, you may be from the house member, like house captain or cheering leader. And I think that job might be a very good choice for you, because you get to experience the same type of like happiness and happiness and happiness you had in secondary school. And I also get the chance to organize different services, trips, and do volunteering and different large-scale events, which includes some annual high-table dinner. And also because my club is a joint university club, I met friends from different universities, and I really think that it has enlarged my social circle a lot. Yeah, so you could also consider becoming an executive committee member if you want to meet different friends and also gain like hands-on experience on how to organize events. Okay, so I would also like to talk about some other things that I have achieved, which are not mentioned in the 5 things that you have to do in university. And so you can see from the left corner picture, it is myself participating in the mass dance during year 1, and it's actually a dance performance that welcomes dance beginners to join. And I really had a great time in that, especially if you love dancing. Yeah, it is a really good choice for you. While for some other photos, it is actually, okay, so the first row, the 2 photos, I actually joined in a mentorship program where I got the chance to like present in front of professionals from the communications field, which is like about public relations, because I'm actually quite interested in marketing and public relations. So I get a chance to present in front of them and to pitch different ideas, which I think is really important and helpful for the workplace. While for the 2 photos below, it is currently my time as a marketing intern at CLUD, which is KLOC in other words. It is a travel agency in Hong Kong. And yeah, I think that my major has helped me a lot in becoming a marketing intern, because I get to transfer my communication knowledge and skills in helping to boost the sales of my product and to tailor content that is relevant to my customers. And yeah, and also for the lower left photo is me being the student ambassador, which will also be shared by Nancy now.
So if you're like not that kind of outgoing person, and you are like, I don't want to take a long-term responsibility to like how you hold the events and like do all the stuff throughout the year, I think HKU Student Ambassador is the right place for you, because you only have to like attend the activities that you wanted to join and when you are free to join. So if you are not available that time, you can just like skip it. So it's really flexible, and you can like really meet a lot of different people each time you join. And because like most of the events are like one-off events, so is you can every time you join the event is very easy for you to meet different kind of people while not having to like take the responsibility to like hold events throughout the year. So it's a much easier way to get to know people while like with a lighter workload. Yeah.
So I will talk about something that you may be very looking forward to, which is living in a residential hall, because it is one of the very fruitful experience you may have if you really live in a residential hall. So I've been living in a residential hall since year 1, and these are the photos that are showing what events I've joined. So the first photo is that you know that with Hong Kong U Hall we have Xin Zai, so it's in English it's called senior, and so we have a hall orientation program which every student, every hallmate freshman have to attend. So this is the end of our hall orientation program. We have to experience many things together with our hallmates, 组mates, we call it 组mates, hard times and also happy times together. And I also joined some sports teams. So the first one is handball and the second one is hockey. HKU, we have three new ball, which are lacrosse, hockey, and softball. So you may try it if you live in a residential hall. So I try hockey because I think that is quite interesting. And then I also we also have high table dinner. For residential hall students, we usually have 5 to 6 residential high table dinner every year. And then for the last high table dinner, we call it as farewell high table dinner, which is the top right corner. We dress up like a different theme according to our floor. We can decide our theme. And so the first year we act like a Harry Potter. So we bought costumes like Harry Potter. And then we may go to bars together with our floor mates to have some chill time. And also we may have some parties when we have the festival, like we have uniform party for Mid-Autumn Festival, and we have the Halloween party, just it is yesterday's thing actually. And then we also have some cultural teams. So the middle photo, it is the drama team photo. This is the inter-hall drama competition. And for hall, we also have joint hall mass dance competition. Yes. And then for the left-hand side, we have many food, right? So for floors, actually, we also usually make food together. So we make some sweet soup together, and also we will drink 早茶. It is some also very traditional thing for HKU residential hallmates. Usually we don't wake up at 5, but we stay up late whole nights. Maybe we play mahjong or we night chat together. And then we also have 警国, which is to bless ourselves, we can pass 3 bomb 4 in our GPA. So HKU, for different hall, we have different cultures. So as hall is your second home, you can find a lot of information on the internet to know which hall is suitable for you. And also, apart from living in a hall, I actually have many other experience like internships and joining some case competitions. For year 1, I actually went to some internship in mainland, and also I have an internship for the top right-hand corner at HKU. HKU, we have one thing called IDAY2020. It is for HKU graduates who want to have a startup. So I actually have had one intern experience there being a digital content editor. So it is a very good chance because when you don't have many experience and you want to, first you have to gain some experience, and doing some startup intern is a very good way. And especially we can communicate with some HKU graduates. They are very nice and they treat you very well. And we can also ask many questions from them. And also for the second year, I did an intern at the Jockey Club. So it is a very different experience from what internship I did before. It is more professional, I guess, and more administration work to do. But it is also a very good experience as I major in GCIN, and this one is more about the culture part. So I actually is the responsible for the funding parts. So I give funding and think of any innovative cultural projects together with the team. So it's especially we are experiencing COVID. So we have to think of some projects that can cope with the COVID, like we have to make some online seminars or online activities. For the right-hand side, you can also see Hillary from the photo because I am actually joined the case competition with her. She also said that she is interested in marketing, and me too. So we joined a marketing case competition together. And at last, you can see that because of the COVID, we actually have to do everything, promote everything online using our social media. So we have a Instagram and make many IG posts, and also we took videos, promotional videos to promote the brands. And at last, we won the task about Klook, and then finally, Hillary became the intern at Klook. And then for the last photo is for the other parts, maybe you want to be have some part-time jobs. And for me, I'm very interested in food, and also I like marketing. So I actually start up my foodie Instagram account. So if you have some interest actually in your 4-year or 4 to 6 year university life, you can explore more things. And if you really have something to want to do, you can try to achieve it because you have many in your life, you have many spare time because you don't really have to go to school for the whole day, so you can manage your time better.
I think just now Maggie's sharing sort of answered one of the questions that I received in the chat box, which is let me see, how we manage our time when studying and working part-time job. Actually, compared to secondary school, we have much more flexibility in managing our own schedule because we just have maybe 3 hours to 4 hours lesson a day, or maybe or even less, and we also have day off during weekdays. So we actually have a lot of more time to plan on what we want to do. Like I always think that in secondary school, I don't even have one hour to attend a dance class each week, but in university is okay. So I have another question, which is just want to know our thoughts on the future prospect of Faculty of Arts. So as Lee and Maggie have mentioned, we are quite interested in the marketing or like communication fields. I have got an intern in marketing and PR, and Maggie also has it in like maybe content creation and content writing. So I think that if you're interested in this kind of communication work that don't require a lot of technical knowledge, you can try to apply to the Faculty of Arts. And also if you want to become a teacher, you can study in the Faculty of Arts, and in the final year, if you have a high GPA, means if you have high score, then you can apply a program that allows you to study for a year and become a teacher afterwards. And I also heard that some people even went to iBanks or HR. Yes, there's many things. It's actually quite diverse because we learn very broad-based things.
Yes, I want to add something. It's like because actually for university we don't expect you to the university to teach you to be some occupation job after graduation. So if you really are interested in something, you should try to know what skills they need, or so you can try to develop those skills in these 4 years. Like we and Hilary are interested in marketing, so we also sometimes we have to know how to use Photoshop or something like the video editing softwares. So for the second question, which languages are the popular ones among our students?
I'll take this question. I think the most popular language would be Korean. Like there's a little interesting thing I can share with you is that the first day of the Korean class, there's so many students that I heard that people have to sit on the floor to listen to the lecture. So it's a really popular language, but I think it really depends on the skills when you register for your course. So, but for other languages, I think they're okay. It's not really that difficult to register, and especially if you like email the professor and tell them that you really want to like major or minor in these languages, and I'm sure that they will understand and they will let you in. Yeah.
Also, I have something to add. I think that French and Spanish are also very popular choices, especially if you want to maybe work overseas or some banks that are maybe started in France. Then you can this language also help you to get a job better. So you could consider minoring in different foreign language. And the next question is, what is the difference between English studies and language and communication? So actually, to me, I think that English studies have a very main focus on only English courses, like maybe English linguistics, English literature, something like grammar stuff. But actually, for language and communication, there are a lot of other courses that I could study. For example, I could study European studies, global creative industry. There are like just basically many things that you can study to reach your requirements. And actually, I think if you are interested, you can go to just Google language and communication HKU. Then you will see a page which tells you that what courses you can study in English studies and language and communication, and you could try to compare which thing you like more.
For the student who asked whether a student majoring in social science can take a minor in one of the languages in the Faculty of Arts, is surely yes. As you have many free electives, so you can take a minor. Only 36 credits, you can finish a minor in the languages. And for the next question, will it be difficult? Also came by. Okay. Will it be difficult for students to get adapted to BA if I study Chem by in secondary school? It's not really a problem. Actually, I study chemistry and biology and economics in my secondary school life, but I am majoring in English studies and global creative industries. It really depends on your passions and your interests. If you really love that majors, you can really try to major that majors. And also because we have said that like in the first year, you can try many different introduction courses from different majors. So you can see whether you are really interested in the majors. And also we have mentioned that we can major in cross-faculty majors. So maybe you can study some economics majors from the FBE or some science majors.
And for the question about exchange program, unfortunately, our exchange
And for the question about Okay. And there was a connection problem just now. And yeah, we actually have an exchange sharing session later. And so feel free to join if you want to know more about it.
Okay, so next, some people ask about hall activities and also 先仔. So for hall activities, as I mentioned, different halls have different hall cultures. So you can really look for the information online to see whether the hall has too many required activities for you. And actually, as I know, not really many halls have many compulsory functions or compulsory teams that you have to join. So it really depends on your interest. And also, actually, for people who usually only first year students have to join more activities. So because it is for you to meet more friends, make more new friends, not because they want you to contribute a lot into the hall to help the hall. So for the 先仔 problem about the rumors that juniors in HKU is being bullied. I don't think so, because actually 先仔 originally is for people to develop your adaptability and also to test how you can encounter solve your stress problem when you are under a very stressed situation. And it's always as I know, it's just many simple. Not many halls have actually, and many halls have also modified the 先仔 of HKU already. So it's very mild now, as I know. And also, I think that it is acceptable for the 先仔. Yes. And for the next question, do we have to join clubs, or are there any requirements for joining halls? High requirements just to live in residential halls. Again, this is about whether you are suitable for the hall, because different halls have different hall cultures. Again, so maybe some halls like people who do sports, and some hall like people who do cultures. You have to really look online.
The question on the requirements for this program, you could take a look at the website, Hong Kong website, for criteria such as minimum score.
So I got a question about is it possible to minor in 2 languages, and will it be tough? I personally tried to minor in 2 languages when I was in year 1, which is Japanese and Spanish. And so I don't know, because I already dropped Japanese, sorry guys, but I only take Japanese and Spanish at the same time for this first semester in year 1. And I don't think it is tough, because you are just learning some basic knowledge for the 2 languages. But I do think that if I put all my effort onto 1 language, I think that will be more beneficial to my growth and like my development on that language, because I want to put more effort onto 1 language and make it good. So that's, hope I answer your question.
Maybe I can add something, because I actually know a friend who is majoring in both Spanish and also Swedish. So I think that it really depends on your time management and whether you really want to study the 2 languages.
And someone asked about the language minors option offered, and I could name a few. There are actually French, German, Italian, and even Thai. If you want to know more about the major and minors of the Faculty of Arts, you could just Google Faculty of Arts major minor HKU. Then you get a list of the major and minors offered by our faculty. You could see if anything mentioned suits your interest.
Someone asked about the requirements for the GPA for non-JUPAS. I'm not sure whether you are talking about associate degree programs. If it is the case, and I think that you really have to get a really decent GPA, maybe you have to bump 4 to get in to the non-JUPAS for the first year entry. Yes, because actually I was study associate degree in the first year, and then I left the associate degree and went to Hong Kong U in the first year. So I don't know if there is any changes, but really you have to get a really high GPA in your semester 1.
The question about any career guidance throughout the course. And actually there's a department called CDIS which provide career guidance. And also Faculty of Arts also offer some career talks for you as well. And each year in year 1, we will be assigned an academic advisor in which you could ask him or her about like really academic advice and also career advice.
So for the question about what are the procedures of selecting minors or second major? Does it happen during the JUPAS application process or during our first year? So the first year is a time for you to like search for what you like, so you don't have to choose your major or minors in your first year. But in the second year, you will have to choose it, and you can, it happened during the second year. So but I encourage you to like if you have like a very clear goal, like if I me, if I really want to get into translation already in the first year, I would encourage you to not to just take the introductory course as the suggestion in the Faculty of Arts page suggests you. You can also take some advanced course or like medium course, so you will have less workload in your following years, but only do that if you have a really clear goal.
Some of you ask, do you need to have any knowledge of a particular language to minor or major in it? The answer is no. All the courses are taught from like the basics, so it is okay if you have not learned that language before. Also, some of you ask, other than the specific language courses, what language is used to teach the Faculty of Arts courses? And mainly we use English. And is it hard to find a job after you graduate? Actually, personally, I think that it's no. I have not graduated, so I'm not 100% sure. But I think that because like what we learn is very broad and that fits different career paths. And I think that the most important thing is you have to join more things in your university life. For example, I joined a case competition that eventually the judges know me and get me an intern. So it is important for you to explore and join different things, try to build connections, and not just only focus on your studies if you want to get a job easily. And yeah, I guess.
So someone asked about whether will it be very competitive so that you cannot rest some language courses, or will it be better if you have already learned some Korean? Actually, it doesn't matter, because whether you can read the course is really about luck and whether your Wi-Fi connection is very good. So if you cannot read the course in the first semester, maybe you can try the second semester. It's only a matter of the connection.
And also, if you are really into like learning the language, you can also join the non-credit bearing language course. So it won't appear on your transcript, but you can learn it as like your hobby. So if you're really into it, you can try that.
About, is there any limit to how many introductory courses we can take? Actually, for each year, we have to take 5 courses, and you can't take too many introductory courses or else you will sort of waste your credits, because you have to take advanced one as well, right? So maybe in year 1, you can still have a lot of chances to take, say, maybe at least 6 introductory courses.
For someone who asked about specific language courses, what language is used to teach for the courses in the Faculty of Arts, of course, according to that kind of language, the teacher will speak in that kind of language. And also, except language courses, sometimes Faculty of Arts has Hong Kong studies. So if we are studying HK Hong Kong studies, some courses like Canto Pop Lyrics, which I'm studying now, so the lecturer actually will talk in Cantonese because we have to analyze the Canto Pop lyrics.
And also for translation, of course, you have to speak Chinese and English. So the professor will also teach in both Chinese and English. Yeah.
One of you asked, can you take computer science major and computer engineering as a minor? And actually, these two courses are not Faculty of Arts courses. But maybe you could go to the Academic Advising Office website to take a look at the list of majors by different faculties and subjects. Okay, so if there are no any other questions, our sharing session will end here. So thanks a lot for attending and good luck to all of you.
Bye.